Come on. Come on. Don't worry, it's just being... There we go, I'm in. Okay. Oh, I'm still in Friends Plus. I should open up a group thing. Doing my... Gotham is over there trying to be a boy. Right, I'm doing my calibrations and I haven't set up the... group chat yet. Or the group instance. Yay. Okay. Hey, Joestar. Hey, Tibbs. Like the stream. Oh, Gotham, get out of that fucking corner. He's climbing on, like, fold-up chairs over there. Instant Simon. This map. You are here, Friends Plus. New instance. Group. My group. Just group, so only members can join us. Boom. Now the question is... where? I do like upstairs. Down low does have pretty good lighting. I gotta be unmuted. I'm actually... this is a little more neutral. I think that's a little too pale. I do still want vibrant, at least some vibrant colors. Like, look at that. Actually, not that. Camera, stream camera, spout. Now you guys see through this. Boom. Now you can finally see me. Okay. How do I look over by... oh, okay. Yeah, I can work with this. Turn on flying. Or do I think I want lower. Okay, so it's anchored to the world, and I can... oh, no, right. I want to roll it up a little. Okay, there is a lot to talk about. I'm going to turn off flying. Bucket. Right here is fine. I could also have it, like, constantly look directly at me. Anyways, I'm going to give it a little bit of time before I actually jump into things and see who rolls in a little later. But how was your week? Mine was long. Very long. But I do have a little bit of a surprise for next stream. We do got the return to Twitch. Um, does does YouTube chat have emote only mode? Hmm, I would hope so. Cause like, I will be I'm going to be attempting to multi. Ugh, excuse me. I will be attempting to multi-stream, but assuming my computer can handle it, if as long as YouTube chat stays well behaved, then no changes really. But I mean, if there's more trolls coming in through YouTube chat, and I can just set it to emote only, I will. Uh, bu- 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 oh, I do got something else that I kind of want to show off before we really get into talking about it. I am also a little hungover, but so this is my clubbing avatar, or at least the current version. Even the tail lights up. I love it. The main thing, actually, I got to turn flying back on. The main thing uh, I'm proud of are the shoes. There. Yeah. But that's not the main thing. The main thing was. Damn it, not Go Go Loco. Flow. These. I'm so happy I randomly stumbled across these on Blue Sky. Dance video is going to be fucking awesome. But yeah, I have ideas for next stream over on Twitch. I'm gonna hopefully my computer can handle the multi-streaming because I'm not going to be using a middle service in order to broadcast to the multi-platforms. It's going to be out of my PC, and I had to overclock it just to get VRChat to work, or at least work as well as it does. I think it's pretty good looking on your end, but it's also 720p, and I don't want to even attempt 1080. Not until I get a graphics card upgrade. Whenever I do that. But I mean, if I just hold off till next year, I'll use tax return and just get a brand spanking new computer, and we can go ham with the VR. I'm wearing very baggy pants, like IRL, not online. See what happens. Oh boy, how much room do I have here? Okay, let me just boop boop. No, because I want to turn around. Oh, okay. That I want to set there. Chat, I want to set you over there. And then I turn around. Right? God, VR is confusing. Okay, I'm facing the direction IRL I want. I really wish I had a fan blowing on me right now. Not a big one, just a little one with just a constant wind direction so I know which way specifically I'm facing without really thinking about it. Right, I should talk to you, not my little um wait, I have an idea. I will just put chat over the camera. So that way, when I'm looking at chat, reading it, I'm looking at you. I'm trying my best not to focus on my little preview there. It's coming across right on stream, right? There's no issue. Right, I gotta turn that. Move that now. So that was behind me. OBS? Oh, that's not. Okay, now it's better. I can also set it to like have the camera auto face me. Auto face me. Look at me. I do really miss eye tracking from like Vneon and stuff. Oh my fucking god, right. Chat keeps pausing on me. Oh, hey Raj. Welcome in, welcome in. Glad you made it in time to get it. Yeah, those assets, I really liked them. Okay, okay. I forgot I needed to take the chat window and move it to my second monitor and then just leave it there on top of the second monitor in order for it to actually update. God, I hate that. I really wish there was an alternative to, chat. But I mean, I don't really think I can get around it. I'm going to be using StreamerBot next stream for their chat box. And wait, I don't know. Why don't you just use XS overlay? What's XS overlay? I have. What the hell do I have? I got not OVR advanced settings. It was some kind of toolkit. I look at my wrist and it shows me all my PC specs and my battery life and shit. That's why I put the wrist communicator on the arm. So I'm not just like, oh, look at my wrist. Time to go. XS overlay is how you can do the chat thing seamlessly. Huh? Okay, what was my toolkit? Because I do have a toolkit. Yeah, I got OVR toolkit. And it just creates a little, yeah, that's what I have. Like, I'm in VRChat right now, and I have a little pop-out window of the YouTube studio chat. That's what I use to watch you guys. But if I have, like, a screen over that, it doesn't keep updating the window. So I'm in a position where I feel like, oh, I guess chat's just a little quiet today. I'll just keep rambling and rambling and rambling. And then I go switch over screens, or I go use the PC mode through virtual desktop. Then it updates when I come back, and I'm like, what? And then I remember, keep that on top. Okay, now I'm gonna have to open another one. Do do do. Oh my god, this is wow. This is the first time I'm ever doing a segment like this in VR. So I hope I do it decently. I think the tracking's all right. I think I'm more or less ready to get started. I was that what I thought it was? That was what I thought it was. I don't want to hit that. Okay. How the fuck do I start this segment? Because obviously I am starting with uh the VtuberGate stuff, the Anna Valen stuff. Yeah, don't knock down anything. No, I didn't. It wasn't risk of knocking down, I don't think. No, that's fine. It was my computer sitting on top of my desk though. But it's like braced up against a bookshelf essentially, so that's not going to fall from me pushing it that way. But I don't want to hit my fucking computer. It doesn't need percussive maintenance right now. Mentioned you would upload the new model later. Yeah, yeah. I I basically ended up crashing a few hours after our call, Jade, and then I woke up like an hour and a half before stream, so I definitely didn't have time to do it. So with my return to Twitch next week, I will be having a new model where Jade here has redone the face. Because this high contrast skin face is not quite doing it. The new model is going to be, well, it's the same model, textures redone, but I'm going to be leaning into the anime girl more again. It just fits V-roids more. I don't know. But we'll see when I do actually eventually get a scratch model. Or, like, who knows? Made the tail and ears bigger too. Yeah. And you made the ears floppy too. I need to work more on my modeling itself. Show us Jade's work. I can't in VR. Well, I can show you a preview picture. You want to see that? Discord. What the fuck is going on in my DMs? Oh, somebody got hacked. Okay. Who the fuck's... Oh, okay. That sucks. There's the DMs. Okay. Open link. I'm gonna close that bundle. Okay. Let me just make sure the thing is gonna do the thing I want it to. Fuck. Fuck. Oh, God. Okay, I am so glad I did that. No. There, Briley new.png. Spout. Okay. Um. Yeah, I'll be standing right about here. Okay. I just want to make sure you guys actually see something clear. Where the fuck did my mouse go? There it is. Because, like, the controllers, wherever they're pointing, controls the mouse. See the tail? I like the tail. It's going to be more pronounced and noticeable. VTuber spout, right. I'm going to shift it over. That is zoomed in. I'm going to try and zoom in more. Oh, shit. Okay. I think I'm done fucking around. It's just so much easier to scale windows with the mouse. These fucking controllers. Okay, don't crash on me, please. Okay, you ready? Now I gotta turn on the mask. Don't show the world. Wait, yeah. Don't show the world. And go over here. You guys are seeing my first person view now. Close studio mode and screen share. I don't have my spout on. There. Okay. So as you can see, the head and the hair have been redone. There's a lot there's more subtle details to it. I'm sure people watching will see the different angles in VR. You'll pick up on it, but I think that looks way better for V-roids than what I got now, honestly. And that's just going to be the model going forward next week. I gotta cough. But yeah, I think it looks much better. Definitely. You like this jacket more? That hoodie? It's all by the same artist too. Like that artist just does a fuck ton of outfits. They do it as a hobby, and then uh, oop, turn that back on. They do it as a hobby and just throw what they make on booth, and then I stumbled across them and I fell in love. Yeah, Jade just did the face textures and the hair. Yeah, yeah, that's what Jade got. And honestly, I even think it's I keep saying it, it's going to be way more fitting. Okay, I should actually get back into VRChat. Yeah, it was the face, the ears, and the tail is also bigger. I but I definitely like keeping that bouncy, curly upwards tail. But the hair though, with just the ponytail originally, look fucking great. And then with that redo where it's also on the front, it's a lot more noticeable that I'm not a natural blonde. It's just a cool dye job. Next time I go to the hairstylist, I'm unironically going to get it styled like that. I'm going to take like that picture and be like, hey, how can we do this? Though, granted, I do have curly hair IRL, or yeah, it's curly. Long enough to be sort of wavy, more curly though. Okay. Take a better picture. Oh, you can take like a couple for different hair reference pics if you wanna. Hey, Sushi. Ari and Briley. I have purple eye. I have like pinkish purple eyes. Also, Jade, did you update the eye textures at all? Because those ones are also Fox Corp. Or they were. Eh. Okay. Yeah. Because I definitely want to keep the demon eyes. I mean, those cool cat purple eyes. No, I guess rounded pupils still be fine. God, with the ears being droopy, I wonder if I should leave some bounce to them. I think it's kind of weird. Well, I mean, the tail has bounce to it. I don't know. It's another couple fizz bones, so that can be pushing up the rating. Because at minimum, at absolute minimum, for fizz bones, I keep the 3 for the back for the ponytail itself. Because if you get rid of like 1 or 2 of those, it looks really weird. And then, I, if I can, I keep the titties. The tail for sure. But like with this model, I kept all the fizz bones that I liked. It did have a bunch of invisible ones that I had to delete, but I mean that comes with Vroid and making uh transparent textures. Because like there's technically, I think, meshes or something. It generates the fizz bones because of it's like what the textures were or something. I don't know. It's weird. Like they even have had fizz bones for the drawstrings that don't exist for this hoodie. Speaking of which, drawstrings would have been sweet. Now that's working. For whatever reason, sometimes when I do this, the face just stays neutral. And I don't know what causes it. Okay, have I stalled long enough? Is there enough people in chat? We ready to talk about Anna? Oh, also, any regulars that would like to help out as mods for Twitch, let me know, and that would be much appreciated. Also, yes, like the stream too, please. Oh my. How do I zoom out? Because, like, I zoomed in for the... Oh, there it is. Magnify. There. Is that... Am I in the way? Fucking OBS. Wait. Oh, goddamn. Chat minimized again. There. Look at that. That's a much better reference for the hair. I'm liking the two-tone mix a lot more. Little bits of frosted tips at the base. Little bit of reverse frosted tips for the front, because I'm not like other girls, despite being brown hair and blonde dye job. Also, dog, dog, dog girl. Yeah, I am in love with the hair. It is going to be the caramel look. Yeah, it is going to just be my staple look for. I don't even know. Like, unironically, I'm probably going to keep the hair caramel coloring, styling, like idea stuff. Just keep carrying it forward through, like, if I ever get live 2D models, I get a scratch model. No, to be honest, I am pretty happy with this design. I just don't fucking like working with Vroids in VRChat, to be honest. It's a little bit blah. You'll do another free update when you learn gradients. Sweet. Oops, no. Christ. I gotta be careful when I make this gesture so I don't grab the chat window. I would much appreciate that. But you all also you gonna be staying in the uh artist links. You actually should be in the description of this stream right now. Because I have like a little notepad I copy paste. that has like a bunch of the different artists. Wiggle, 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 wiggle. God, there's a part of me that really. Wow, that's actually. I don't have my arm trackers on. It's not perfect, because, like, flap my arms in front of me or my elbows in front of me with my hands together. That's something I can't do, but for the most part, this auto elbows, it's kind of working. It's also kind of feeling limited. I don't know about you. Okay. Like how immersive does it look? I'm gonna close those. Oh, okay. Has that been enough stalling yet? Is it time to talk about VtuberGate? Cause like it's just harassment, dude. Okay, actually I kind of like streaming from this perspective. First of all, it shows off the wonderful neon arts I made. That took me a few hours. We can sell forever. Fuck yeah! Just that endless stun lock. But like where I am right now, boop. What? What? Why is it not turning around? That is weird. But like where I'm facing, I see my fireplace over there. I got my couch right here in my sight, and then I've got the video player that's just currently on a loop of like 5 songs, and I mute the world audio because I don't want to get fucking copyright. I got notification to go join a group, some group event instance, but like, eh. Okay. God. Okay. So, what do y'all know about what's been happening with Anna? Aside from, or I'm going to assume that people might not have watched my Gamer Subs video previously when I do actually start the segment. Because I am the queen of stalling. Ah, I've been paying a lot of attention to the whole ordeal. Yeah, yeah, I was as well. It was not pleasant to watch. Not much I couldn't do or could do besides, raising my voice somewhat on Blue Sky. I'm not going to bother arguing with people on Twitter. They're fucking Twitter users. What the hell just happened? My preview window. Okay. You right, not yet. I'm always right, I guess. We actually ready to start though? Let me redo my tracking actually. I gotta do a going to do a quick full reset. Oh, okay. You sent me another thing to stall. Appreciate you. Oh, yeah, that's nice. That's like up close. Ah. Oh, is it using the quest textures? Do do do. world. I open up OBS again. Double step out of the way. A little more noticeable with the makeup. Not a bad thing. Going to be trying out that different eyeshadow, eyeliner. I don't know. I'm the type of chick that likes to do what's it? Like very minimalist, au naturel kind of makeup. Also, I just realized I really want to get the emission maps working on these models. I I'm setting that the fuck up for next stream. So like when I'm in a little darker areas where it looks like it would light up, it will. But yeah, face looks way better. That kiss mark stays 100%. It's always going to be there. It is getting written into my lore. The cat eyes are not there, but I think pink eyeliner makes up for it. Yeah, yeah. And honestly, the cat eyes, well, they were demon eyes, but they look like cat eyes, which helped me blend in as like cat girl, but it doesn't really fit dog girl, which I think people can tell what my energy is. New lore update incoming. Bro, I am actually planning out a long fucking, essentially a VRChat video that's just going to be my lore of how I got to where I am now streaming in Cyberpunk world. Cat eyes on dog was dumb too. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Though the way I saw it, demon eyes, because the heritage, if you know, you know. There's a reason this mark stays here on the bodysuit. Though to be honest, I should also make it appear on the shorts, like the short shorts when I make boop when I motherfucker. There. When I redo this one, I want to actually have this over top whenever I can. It's just really fucking hard to line it up with specific outfits, or at least articles of clothing. My chest is facing straight forward, same direction as my head. There. That's better. God, I love this rave outfit. Oh yeah. Here, this is the outfit I was wearing, but I think the eyes are fucked up. Or at least this is close to the outfit I was wearing. Load! She's presenting and they rejoice. What? Okay, there. Oh, yeah, okay, the thigh highs are a little different. And I still have the cat stuff. I haven't actually updated this. But this is the neon hoodie outfit. Yes, it's a skirt. And then I also got my short shorts, the same one that I was wearing in the clubber outfit. Those are also under there, so it's not just like panties under there. Cause will I will how am I gonna phrase this? I'm an ethical whore and slut, I guess. I don't know. But yeah, I wanted to include a skirt. I did have for whatever reason it's not letting me click on the thing. Okay, I did put a skirt on a different version. Oh, wait, no, those are belts around the thigh. But yeah, you can see the shorts under there. But this is a different take on the thing. I was seeing how I felt with the skirt, but honestly, worrying about the skirt. It does add a lot of fizz bones if you're wanting to actually make it look like a natural skirt. And that's you don't want more fizz bones when you're clubbing or when you're in a world with like a ton of people. So basically I'm going to have an avatar just like this, but with like not this. But this avatar currently is rated medium. So depending on the club, if as long as it's like poor or better for the avatar rating, I can wear these. Wait. Come on, we punching. We punching. We punching. I love these so much. They're so fucking cool. Oh my god, I've been stalling for like 40 fucking minutes. I just realized. How do I zoom out? Oh, there it is. Okay, sweet. It's got Ivy's sword vibes from those whips. The way I like to think about it, it would be like punch daggers, but like they disconnect and become those blade whippy things that just light up to music because it's fucking cool. And I guess if I was in like Fire Emblem, I'd be a dancer class. Funny enough, in Final Fantasy 14, my main is warrior. Okay, close that. Tracking look all right. The camera angle and stuff look all right. Let me know if it. Let go, you fuck. Let go. Okay. Grid. What the hell is going on? What the hell? Oh, it's because that wasn't clicked on. Who's adding me to friends? Who the hell are you? Oh god, why did Chrome open? I don't want Chrome open. Okay, that's good. That's on front. No, I don't want to type in chat. Wait, I wanted grid on. Yes. I need it set to the mask so I can toggle between internet browser and this. Tracking looks great. Camera angle looks great. Okay. Okay, so we can start actually getting into things. Why don't you follow Briley on Twitch if you haven't yet? It would be appreciated. That is going to be like next week. That is going to be the main way to interact with my streams. Chat will be back on screen. I missed that. For whatever reason, I ran into like a limit for chat messages I could show on stream, which is frustrating. We want to include chat. At least I want to. And it's just like better controls, better engagement available. We're gonna have like fancy streams hopefully. Okay. Gonna come on. You can do it, OBS. Okay, it's recording good. I think I'm gonna just turn off my expressions for this. Okay. Yes, that's how we'll do it. Thanks for stopping by, Jade. You have a good rest of your day. And whatever you get up to, best of luck with it. Okay. First, they came for the journalists. And I spoke up because I read the rest of the fucking poem. I'm honestly at a bit of a loss for words for how do I start talking about this? Where do I begin? I know where I want to go with it. I'm rambling. A little while ago, a few weeks maybe, at most, some articles came out on Vice. First one that really kicked all this off was an article about a VTuber group or agency. I don't care enough to look into that, honestly. But this VTuber collective of some sort named VLure was featured in an article regarding potent. I think to be honest, I didn't actually read that article. I read the Gamer Subs article, which you can watch a video on, or you can watch my coverage of that article. Anyways, there was a total of 3 articles that this journalist, Anna Valens, had written. I think it was 2 about Velor. I don't know. 3 about. I'm pretty sure there was just 1 about Kirsch. Anyways, the one on Kirsch was like, hey, not sure if you're aware of this, but you're kind of. I'm hearing stuff in the background, and I'm gonna have to edit this a bit, anyways. Fucking. Basically, the article was all like, this is popping up in VTubing fandoms. It's not a good thing, and it's looking like GamerSubs is slapping their approval on it. And then Kirschner fans cried slander, targeted harassment. And there is a lot of documented cases of Kirsch saying a lot of potentially edgy things. What could her political beliefs be? Who knows? She says she's not a Nazi. She just happens to hang around a lot of them and keep using the exact same talking points. But the way I started this segment, if you don't know, was a reference to a poem that came out in 1946 by by the poet Martin Niemöller. I probably butchered that. Anyways, come on, work for me. Boom. This is what it was. If you don't actually know I'm going to make sure it's working right, looking fine. Cool. That's not exactly what I wanted. Anyways, no. Editor, cut that out. Then I just put text over top, no. But basically, first they came for the communists, and I did not speak out because I was not a communist. Then they came for the socialists, and I did not speak out because I was not a socialist. Then they came for the trade unionists, and I did not speak out because I was not a trade unionist. And then they came for the Jews, and I did not speak out because I was a Jew. Then they came for me, and there was no one left to speak out for me. This is the history of what they start with. They start with the people who will speak up the most, with the loudest. They don't want their actions documented. They don't want their actions talked about or criticized. They just want you to accept them. So often have I seen Kirst fans, I'm assuming, say things like, VTubers should not talk about politics unless you're Kirst, because otherwise you're just in a fucking echo chamber. What I engage with other people's thoughts, opinions. I've literally debated somebody who called me a man. I think I stomped him. But anyways, it's frustrating. They don't want an actual back and forth dialogue. They want to rile people up. They want to lash out at the people they don't like. I much prefer to focus on positive things. That's why I've made the shift of my content away from, drama, because that's never positive. It's always negative, and I was focusing on it way, way too much. The fucking hate comments did not bother me at all. I'm expecting more from just this video, so if you're leaving a hate comment, thank you for helping me with the algorithm. And the watch hours, too. Like, please. I could really use that. Ad revenue would be nice. It'd be nice to, actually have staff to pay and be able to pay them. Anyways, I'm way off topic. Anna Valens, the journalist from Vice, had been documenting a fuck ton of the harassment she's received. And you can see that she is cool with, people talking about it, people bringing it up. And honestly, yes, that this is how we combat it. We talk about it, we shine a light on it. God damn it. We shine the light on it, and then we keep calling it out. This should not be acceptable in any community. I'm not going to go into all of the detail. Please, if you do want the full view of what happened to Anna, go to her Blue Sky. It won't be too hard to find. But there are tons of people telling her to kill herself. Right here you can see that they were suggesting rope on her throne, telling her to join the 41%, which, to me, when they tell me to 41%, I kind of laugh, because that tells me they don't know what the fuck that statistic is. 41%, for those who aren't aware, is a essentially Nazi dog whistle to tell trans people to kill themselves. But that statistic they're pulling from is from a, thank you, Sushi, is from a study that says 41% of trans people deal with suicidal ideation. They just see suicidal and think, oh, they kill themselves 41% of the time. Obviously, because I know statistics. But no, it's ideation. Come on. It's just having thoughts. And like, let's be real. What's the percentage of millennials that have that have suicidal ideation? What's the percentage of boomers? What's the percentage of zoomers? Come on. It's focusing in on a marginalized community that regularly sees hate and harassment like this. This is just blown up as discourse due to how, I guess, prevalent. I just noticed something in world that caught, just never mind. This discourse is so prevalent because Anna is a Vice reporter and people were picking it up. I'm glad plenty of people spoke up on Blue Sky. I wish it didn't stay on Blue Sky. I wish it moved to other platforms more. I've had some friends talk about it on stream. That's better than nothing. But the main thing is we need bigger names than an 800 subscriber YouTube account or a couple thousand follower on Twitch. Because last I checked, Kirsch was like around 50,000 followers. So she's not too small by any means. She is definitely a medium-sized VTuber. And it's... we need more people to rally together, but how the fuck are we going to do that? Like, speaking of rallying, look who's rallying behind Kirsch. Crumbs. You really want that dude in your corner? Fuck's sakes. The quartering Captain Basement Piss. God damn it. Captain Basement Pisser? His wife was out getting pizza and he was mad about it. So why does it keep closing? Anyways, he was mad about it, so he just kind of fucking got drunk, streamed it, and made a bet to himself that if I don't win this, I'm gonna piss in my basement. And then he lost it, so he pissed in his basement. And that guy is saying, hey, why don't you take a sponsorship from me? Also, I'm not going to publicly post it, but if you want literal books about Hitler, go to the bookstore that I host. Like, it's the quartering. You really want that guy in your corner? God, sadly, only small people are speaking up about this. Like, the biggest person even talking about this is like Bint on Twitter. How big is Bint on Twitter? Because like the biggest person I've personally seen talk biggest person I've personally seen talk up about it was Niara, and she only did like a couple videos on it. Also, Niara is based as fuck. You should go subscribe if you like listening to what's it? If you like listening to trans people talk about trans things, check out Niara. She knows a lot of shit. But yeah, fucking these people. Even here, this dude, Trigger Point or Grixit. How the fuck do you pronounce that? Hell yeah, I watched her too. I actually sent her a DM and making sure she was doing all right. We had a short back and forth. It was nice. And then, I mean, if you've been on Twitter in the discourse long enough, you probably know this person. They are not a super good person around. I don't know why you look at a lot of these people and like it's showing that, right? No, it's not. Fuck. Okay. Just FYI, There's the quartering. Back or coming to Kirsch's defense because they love to rally. I don't really know this Grixit dude, but to be honest, I trust Anna Valens, who I only found out about because of the VLure shit and then started paying more attention to when I realized, oh, this chick is calling out the far right in VTubing. It's good to see more VTubers doing that. Holy fuck, it felt like I was the only one doing that 2 years ago. I'm pretty sure. I know Zeka was doing that. I don't know if she's still doing things. I should check in on her. She's cool. But yeah, this Sandy Hook truther says they, quote unquote, want to take over VTubing. Honestly, there's a part of me that just wonder why didn't I wonder did they even use echoes or Alex told the truth about Sandy Hook and they ruined his life for it. Cool, bro. You're talking about dead kids, man. They crisis actors? Come on. Fuck off. Okay, what is this? They want to take over VTubing just like they did with anime and video games. What the fuck? God, I hate these types. Also, if I remember correctly, wasn't quartering involved in the original Gamergate? Anyways, this person, kinda banana, speaking of Gamergate, my first interaction with this person was when I announced I was becoming a dog girl, and she said, "What a cute villain." I said, "I will bite you," and she followed me. So she said, but here's her weighing in. Hi, unfortunate Gamergate expert here. Gamergate was the only time in recent memory those dipshits got what they wanted, so it became a mythical happening in their memories akin to the Crusades, except the goal is always harass minorities until some of them quit, then we claim victory. I cannot stress enough how Gamergate did not succeed in any of its stated goals. You know, like I can't even remember what their fucking goals were. I just remember it was like 2 million subscriber accounts going after like a couple hundred subscriber progressive people with like blue hair, and then they just put them on blast, sent their following after them. Those people, the progressives quit, and then they were like, "Yeah, Gamergate wins," and it's like the goal is just harassment. Then the only thing it did was harass people, and when those people left Twitter, the echo chamber of racism partied like they saved gaming. Gamergate is the Vietnam War of racist 34-year-olds who complain about femboy erasure. God, I 100% agree with that. Like, these people, of course, it's in Asmongold's subreddit. These people want to harken back to this fucking Gamergate. Seriously. What do we got here? Oh, okay. I can't show this because there's a penis in it. But, like, there is a picture in there of it's like a bit of fan art or something of a hand from the camera holding out a gun to a little creature. Go do crime. And like all over some kind of masturbation tweet. I don't remember exactly. I'm not going to check right now either. But I would like to say there's a difference between when lefties say be gay, do crime. They're speaking generally. I never see it in response to this person is doing a thing. Oh, let's do crime. Unless it's a billionaire, then we start changing the tune. But like small people like Kirst, we don't want to kill Kirst. I don't want her dead. I want her to stop pandering to Nazis. But what can you do? Be Be gay, do crime is an obvious joke. Yeah, obviously. It's also kind of satire on, you know how it's gay to, or not it's gay, it's illegal to be gay in what, 72 countries in this world? So just being gay is doing crime. That's where the joke comes from. Also, this is Kirsch celebrating somebody who she perceived as a communist. I think that's okay to show. We're not going to focus on it too much. But like, communists hate Nazis, Nazis hate communists. It goes back and forth. Right. This part is additionally frustrating, where Kirsch's fans discovered that Anna has had to deal with, or yeah, has had POCD. Personally, I have no idea what the fuck that is, so I'm not going to make any assumptions. Intrusive thoughts based on fears of being a pedophile. And Kirsch's fans hear that and go, oh, so you're a pedophile. That proves it. We already assume every trans person's a pedophile, so having the fear of being a pedophile makes you a pedophile. What? I don't understand these people's thought processes at all. And I don't know why GamerSupps is staying quiet about it. Get your Kirsch waifu cup in like 4-6 weeks and use code NaziFox for 10% off. Oh wait, no, I really doubt Kirsch would have the courage to would have the courage to actually own the libs that way and use that code. But like, hey, why not engage with the one she already plays into, Ku Klux Kirsch? Because like, obviously I'm not racist. I just say a lot of racist things around a lot of racist people. I'm not going to play this video so you guys know, because it's reading out erotica. And it's also not fan fiction, it's full on erotica. Don't bring it up. Look, Kirsch's part owner of GamerSupps? Fuck off. No way. Fucking she just goes on Twitch, or she streams to Twitch, YouTube, and Twitter reading out erotica. Fucking all in order to shame her for what she has written. Some kink stuff, I'm pretty sure. Force femme siscon erotica. I'm pretty sure I know what that is, but I'm not going to dive into it too much. Because clearly this is appropriate and relevant to do to a reporter, definitely not an attempt to shame a trans woman for her sexuality. Yeah, it's literally, that's what it is. And like, literally reading not safe for work stories. Erotica, live on Twitch, she got banned for 1 day. And that's all we get. I mean, I'm not terribly surprised. What's it? Fucking Aiden Ross got unbanned on Twitch. If you don't know who that is, you're lucky. What else we got here? Right. So, Vice said they stand with Anna. They will stand up with her to all this harassment. Did they? 2 days later, Kirsch makes a threat to sue. I didn't actually bother to pull it up, but Vice responded by quietly removing Anna's stories, and they just went silent. There is also an archive to these articles, all 3 of them here. And then there's even more. Personally fact check the story the day it was published. Every single claim Anna made was backed by a direct link to Kirsch's own post/stream clips. I have a complete archive of every link. Do not let Kirsch or her trolls lie that Anna did not provide sources. So, yeah, this thread will be in the description of the video that comes out. But they didn't they didn't stand with Anna. This was 2 days after they said they stand with Anna. This is, oh, I keep moving up closer. This is why I don't trust corporations. It's a large reason of why I feel I will always be indie. I don't, maybe the right group. I don't know. But right now, I feel like I feel like a lot of us are alone fighting battles on our own. We need to unite. We need to start coming together. We need to start working together. We need to start promoting people more that are pushing back against this. We need to push back against it. Because if we don't, we get to where we are now. How else can we push back against it besides, well, we've gotten Niara on Twitter fighting with them. I don't know. I mean, it's fun to dunk on them. I don't blame her. I would personally kind of like a debate. It's been a while. We'll see where things go. But aside from that, what else can we really do? Well, without any bigger VTubers like stepping up and being like, hey, what's happened to Anna is fucked up. Hell, not even just VTubers, but creators in general, especially gamer subs affiliates, sponsored streamers. Those would be the most impactful voices. We need to, this shit is not okay. And these people will cry that they're the ones being harassed because Kirsch had a couple articles written about her that were like, hey, this shit is infecting the VTuber community at large, and Kirsch was just the avenue discussed through that article. But no. But aside from, if we can't get other people to speak up, how else can we combat this? Well, you make a cool space. You make a space that everybody wants to go to. You do anything to appeal to as broad an audience, build your platform as good as possible, and fucking keep those fuckers out at the door. Don't let any of it in. I'm gonna start taking a lot more of a zero tolerance policy on it. It's not going to be allowed in the community. I may bring people on to debate because I like that. And I personally think it makes them look weak when they can't defend themselves. Like, go watch my debate on non-binary identities. That person looked really weak, in my opinion. I'm gonna be real, Jamie. I don't understand what you're saying, and I do not want to be disrespectful. I get wanting to avoid drama, but I wish more people would speak up against the Nazi in the community. Yeah, like, I don't think this should be controversial. I don't think this should be drama either. Not fucking drama. The far right is rising. It's not just VTubers either. Trump won. They've been rallying so fucking much. And what's the left doing in response? arguing with each other about the best tactics. We just need to come together and agree Nazis are bad. Oh my god. My thing just keeps crashing. Maybe it's because I have too many tabs open because of the VtuberGate stuff. Okay. But yeah, we need to come together. We need to create enjoyable spaces that people want to join, and then we keep the Nazis out at the door. That's, as small VTubers, that's all we can really do. Because I don't know how helpful it would be to actually go to, I mean, hell. You know what? Maybe you guys can do it. If I do it, it's just self-promotion and nobody's going to pay attention. But if you guys are like, hey, you guys are political commentators, you want to combat the far right, here's where they're growing. I don't know, man. I don't know. It's Nazis fuck off. That's right. Nazis can stay the fuck out of here. Sure, I can't stop them from watching me. I can't stop them from entering my community. I'm no political commentator, but I am. No, don't fucking close that one. I'm trying to read. I'm no political commentator, but I am just one person who wants freedom and liberation for all. Facts. That's exactly. And also, if you are not a political commentator, you do not want to really get into the nitty gritty of fighting politics, rally behind the VTubers that do. Rally behind the streamers that do. We need to unite as the left because we can see that happening to the far right. We fucking Grums and Quartering are realizing, hey, maybe we should signal boost these people that are also, spouting the shit we spout so that we can build a bigger reaching platform. But no, fucking lefties want to purity test. They want to make sure, oh, your politics need to exactly align with mine. No, man. I will fucking work with liberals if it means achieving my personal goal of furthering the left. Because I think I'm pretty decent at radicalizing people. I'm doing my best. I don't know, like, what they did in that war, nor do I agree with it, but they're born after the fact to the war have been being all Nazi when they're not that happening to have bit for German in their bio. No, there's like a fucking lot of people that born long after the war, but they harken back to it as like the big win when Hitler fucking shot himself. Big ups to Surus and even Vivi for being a few big name VTubers who talk lefty politics. Fuck yeah. I like Surus, though he does tend to focus on politics itself. Vivi Chan is fucking awesome. I love her too. Both of them. The Nazis never went away. Chumbawamba. Chumbawamba said that? Fuck yeah. That's the I get knocked down people. I got a cough in my throat. There's a list of Blue Sky of leftist VTubers. Yeah. But I mean, like, not just they are politically leftist. I mean, they're actively making leftist videos. They're actively talking about leftist politics throughout, like, their stream. But it's also not just that. We also need people that just create stuff that people want to watch, and then they're like, hey, do you have any other VTubers you would recommend? And then you would be like, yeah, go check out this lefty VTuber, or go check out, if you like politics, check them out. And like, we need some kind of pipeline. We need all sorts of different brands and flavors of leftism, and we need to promote each other. Honestly, there's a part of me that unironically wants to go around, like, go down a lefty or leftist VTuber list. Like, go down that list and then just be like, hey, I want to collab with you. Let's talk politics. And then, like, start going down that list and just, like, getting to know, getting to help signal boost other lefties. That's like, we need left. Honestly, we need left extremists. We need left milk toast leftists. As long as we're all working together to fight the right and stop fucking fascism. It's literally there. Just yeah. I think that about does it for my VtuberGate rant. Okay, that was a thing. That was actually kind of annoying to do in VR. Wait, how long was that? 37 minutes. Okay, that wasn't as long as I expected. Okay. Oh, fuck. I should have ended it with hashtag I stunned with Anna. I'm putting it in the title. That'll be fine. Right controller battery low. Oh, shit. What is my battery? That does not show my controllers. 30%. Oh my god, close. I don't care about changing the volume separately per app. I care about seeing my battery percent. Whatever, fuck it. Okay, I think that was the wait, Fudakuchi Mana? I don't know them. But yeah, Tibbs, if you could let me know of like other VTubers. Are you fucking kidding me? If you could let me know about other VTubers that actively make lefty content more than just streams, I would appreciate that. Because I've only found a handful. Right, I got a... Isn't redneck a slur? I personally don't care because I grew up redneck. But like, isn't it a slur? We're also only on YouTube, so whatever. I'm gonna sneeze. I thought it was. Seriously, I thought it was. Shit, I didn't record stream at all. Oh well. Oh yeah, because I'm recording segments. It used to refer to Union men struggling for labor rights back in the 20s because they wore red bandanas. Then yeah, it's kind of a slur. It's a slur towards union workers. But like I said, I grew up in, well, Canada's south, which is like our center, the prairies. Wasn't a bad childhood, to be honest. Um, okay, so we have the Carney Press Conference to talk about still. We have the Canadian Ballots missing. That's actually kind of funny. That's actually going to be a big thing. We also have Vancouver mentioned. Let's go, Vancouver. Vancouver mentioned. And then what else do we have? Uh, Canadian post strike. A potential Canadian post strike. So which of those four do we want? I'm recording more segments than I thought this week. Oh man, maybe I should also do something on the Revolution Party Canada. No, don't show me notifications for your fucking news site. When I want your news, I'll get your news. I don't need to be reminded of your news. Joe Starr's voting for the missing ballots. And here I thought gestures were disabled. Okay, that just keeps the thumb in. It doesn't actually make a fist. Oop. I'm not angry, am I? No, good. Oh my god, I didn't realize I could do that. Okay, I'm hearing about the missing ballots. I'm doing my best, Jamie. I'm sorry. It is just hard for me to read. Uh, like, please don't feel like I'm deliberately ignoring you. It's just I'm doing my best and also trying to record a segment. I see you in chat. I appreciate you 100%. If I could do like a little heart gesture with my hands, I would. Wait. Shit. That closed the thing. Heart. Heart. It says my controller's touching. Turn around? What? You just want to see my ass? I don't blame you. You have a floofy tail? Fuck yeah, I have a floofy tail. I'm a pupper. I'm a dog, not a pupper. I don't have dog energy. Let me show that message. Thank you, Joe Star. Yeah, well, I made it to look more like a what's it? Norwegian elk hound kind of tail. End up jailing or prisons as punishment. It is end up going punish according to the fat dick that will every end up them winning all their lives. Doing bad things they offend. Shared the Blue Sky starter pack in the server. Thank you. Yeah, like ICE is just fucking straight up black bagging people and sending them to El Salvador to work in, well, slavery. That's basically the American penal system. It's you do bad, you are a slave. You do work, and you don't get compensated for that work. Yeah, yes, when people do bad things, they should be separated from society, but they should not. They should still be compensated for their fucking work. Okay, I also need to redo my tracking. It started drifting, which is dumb. I'm not doing a lot. Okay, how's that look? Fucking calibration time. Come on. Calibrate. I forgot to grabbable. I want to anchor it in the world. How the fuck do I do that? Right there. Okay. Cool. Because I needed a personal mirror so I can. Like, I want these balls to be as small as possible, I think. That means accuracy for the tracking. Let's go. Change that. Not that. That. Okay. I do kind of like the gestures, but I do need to, get used to them. I also need to update the facial expressions because I do not want the mouths to be open. Like when it's closed like this, angry, it's fine. But like this, it's just screaming all the time. But I'm not a screamer. Not a fucking screamer. Okay, so we were going to talk about missing ballots. Yeah, let's talk about missing ballots because that's kind of funny. And it also leads into why you should fucking vote. I'm pretty sure my regulars know, and my regulars, I hope you guys are fucking voting at the very least. If you want to help out. Why am I lagging so bad? Nobody's joined. Sad about it. Yeah, it's just me. Fuck was I saying? Yeah, if you want to, at the very least, you should be voting. If not doing any IRL activism. God, I love this tail. You're the top Grim Reaper? Really? Huh. I I I I never considered Mori to be a bottom. Yeah, at the very least vote. Yeah. And personally, I am actually going to be getting involved with local politics a bit more. There is actually a party forming in Canada that I genuinely believe in. I I'm going to make a segment on them, honestly. I want to make a segment on them specifically to let viewers know cuz there is a good chunk of my audience that watch this in Canada. You can join the I'll talk about it in its own segment. But right now, let's talk about some ballots. Switch over to OBS. Start recording. Okay, so you guys know how there was the Canadian election recently? That was pretty pog. The Conservatives lost. That made me very happy. Liberals are liberals. And the NDP has been becoming more and more disappointing in recent years. Anyways, turns out there was a few missing ballots. Over 800, this article claims. And it's CTV News, which is one of our regular news outlets. I follow CTV News, I follow Global News, and I follow like Global News BC usually, but CTV, Global, and CBC. Those are the three main ones I follow for news, politics updates, that kind of thing. Anyways, over 800 ballots found or ballots mistakenly kept in BC. Yeah, BC mentioned. BC riding elections, Canada says. Oh my god, I cannot read that. But apparently there was some kind of error. You can feel free to go to the article itself. The fact that there were missing ballots, it isn't that like usually something that happens sometimes, but it wasn't expected to sway the overall election. However, there was something that got swayed. Let me just there. Liberals won the Terrebonne, pardon my French, Terrebonne, Quebec riding by 1 vote. But this woman's block ballot wasn't counted. Through no fault of her own either. Excuse me. Through no fault of her own, she did her mail-in ballot, and good on you if you don't want to fucking go in yourself. If you don't want to go in yourself, just send in the mail-in ballot. Why? Okay. Oh, shit. I'm, like, blocking it. Is that good? No. Okay, I'll go over here. How's that work? This is a little better? Okay. I'll cover the ad. Fuck the ads. Yeah, this woman sent in her mail-in ballot, and it got returned to her after the election. And she was like, "What? Really? Really? Wow, my computer does not like showing me chat and, the ad or like the browser. It keeps minimizing it, but it doesn't close it. Or is it like crashing and restarting constantly? I don't fucking know. But yeah, seriously, Liberals won in that riding by 1 vote. Don't change anything, please, God. Okay, just move you a little further away. Maybe that'll do. Anyways, you never know when you just stand back in the middle and turn off. There. Fucking, you never know when situations like this is going to happen, when 1 vote would have brought it to the party you might have wanted. Personally, I didn't have a party that I wanted in this election. I was pretty confident my riding would be in favor of I was pretty confident my riding is liberal, so I ended up voting NDP. Because there's no fucking way I'm voting for the Conservatives. It's like completely ideologically opposed. And if Liberals are going to win my riding anyways, might as well try to give NDP some seats. And after that election, they only held on to 1 seat. But there's a bit of hopium on the rise in the future, hopefully, with this Revolution Party Canada. Everything I've seen about them, it feels like a party that represents my political ideologies. For once, I don't care about a lot of stuff, but I care about politics. I care about where this country is going to go. I care about where the global political climate is going to go. What I want to see is the lowest people down getting the floor raised for them. so that they can enjoy any like a good standard of life. We are such a fucking we could just tax the richest people and afford everything. But no, they're dodging taxes. They're they're selfish bastards. They got millions, billions, and they just hoard it because they don't care about you. And you can't really expect politicians to care about you, sadly. However, this this Revolution Party Canada, they at least feel like a fresh breath of they at least feel like a breath of fresh air for not just Canadian politics, but for like global politics. I'm gonna do it like a full on rant about them in the future. For now, fucking vote. If you don't want to do any sort of on the ground activism, you don't want to do any canvassing for local elections, vote. At the bare minimum, please. And there's not just the federal election. You also vote for your mayor. That matters too. And then look into the different elections going around, because honestly, a mayor will affect your life way more than the president might. Or at least it'll feel like a way more direct impact, unless the president starts a fucking trade war and just jacks up tariffs with all the allies. And the fuck is his goal? Vote. Fucking vote. Okay, I think that segment ended strong. I think that was a pretty good way to end it. All right, I should close this. I don't need those tabs open anymore. Okay, we ready to... We can watch a good segi? Thank you. I think so. There's a half-hour press conference that Carney had put on. Like his first one after the election, and I've heard he's done some disappointing stuff with it. Aside from that, we have public transportation. What's the 2025 investment plan for TransLink, the company that runs the runs the public transportation in the Greater Vancouver area, Greater Vancouver Mention. Let's go. And then there's also the Canadian Post strike, or Canada Post strike, which could be coming. Like another strike could be coming. There was recently one. I remember that. That was just last year. And like they don't want to work with the unions, but unions are the best. Unions are why we have 5-day work week, 40-hour work week. Oh, I'm interested in the public transportation. Public transportation is pretty based, ain't it? I don't drive. I take the vehicle of the proletariat. Public bus, SkyTrain. You guys might actually see what a SkyTrain is, which is fucking cool. Where am I going to stand, though? I can stand here, I think. I think I'll stand right around here, so I'm not blocking too much. Don't be like that. I also really like talking about public transit, so... Okay, so we're going to talk public transit. Okay, yeah, I gotta actually face the camera too. That's the main thing that I forget. Okay, I need to actually be able to see, and I need to be able to adjust this. Okay, we ready to talk public transit? Public transit is goddamn based as hell. I love it. It's my preferred way of transporting myself around the area. It's we got a pretty good one out here in Vancouver. We've got a pretty reliable bus network and a SkyTrain, which is basically just a subway but up in the sky for folks. Really, it's gonna keep fucking with me. Fine, fine, be like that. Okay, so here we have a video from the official TransLink YouTube channel. Let's see what their investment plans are and hope the audio works first time.
Each week, 1 in 3 people steps onto transit in Metro Vancouver, and that's not a small number. It equates to 1.5 million boardings every single weekday. And the reality is, the demand for more reliable transit is only increasing. So to make it easier to move around the region, we're bringing you more options. We've taken action by adding service on 50 overcrowded routes, as well as upgrading or adding 40 other routes.
Oh,
the
wow.
R1 King George Boulevard Rapid Bus, the 106, 152, 212, 301, 408, the 501, and so many more are getting a capacity boost.
Ah, shit. I wanted to have that list up. Okay, so you can't see? Why can't you see? What the fuck? Oh, is it because I full screened? I'm gonna reset then. We're just gonna start the segment fresh then. Cause it's like, wait, why can't you still see? But you guys saw all of last segment, right? You guys saw the last segment, right? Yeah, for the most part. There was a point where I was like turning it off to fuck. Okay, I will. Okay, I'm gonna move over to this side. Okay. Right about here. So I'm like standing in front of the. Don't worry about it. Fuck the thumbnails. I mean, Carthu's cool. Well, Steve Boots was also in there. He's cool. Can't have a stream without Scuff. True. Okay. So to save myself a headache of trying to edit a video, just gonna do a thing. Stop recording. Start recording. Okay, so I love me some public transit. It is my preferred method of transportation. And helps me get around the city. It is honestly a pretty fucking big city. There is a lot. Like, you guys have no idea how many smaller cities are like crammed into the greater Vancouver area. It basically like doubles, triples the size of the fucking city itself. My tracking was being weird. Don't worry about it. I should actually be closer to the center before I show the screen. Anyways, I'm rambling. Public transit. There has recently been put out 2 weeks ago, it says. 2 weeks ago, the company that does the public transit option for the Greater Vancouver area put out their investment plan for 2025. So we're going to take a look and see what their investment plan is. Only a couple minutes, and we're going to talk a little bit about public transportation in general. Let us have a watch. I'm going to just get out of the way. Boop. Here we are. TransLink. God, I can't wait till I have more subscribers in TransLink.
Each week, 1 in 3 people steps onto transit in Metro Vancouver, and that's not a small number. It equates to 1.5 million boardings every single weekday. And the reality is the demand for more reliable transit is only increasing. So to make it easier to move around the region, we're bringing you more options. We've taken action by adding service on 50 overcrowded routes, as well as upgrading or adding 40 other routes. The R1 King George Boulevard Rapid Bus, the 106, 152, 212, 301, 408, the 501, and so many more are getting a capacity boost. 1 in 3 people.
Fuck! So, at least it's only a couple minute video.
408, the 501, and so.
And more. Okay. Yeah, like, all these are buses, or most of these are buses that are, God fucking damn it, that are connecting multiple cities. Like multiple mini cities within the Greater Vancouver area. It is extremely helpful for people. Like, I don't think I can overstate just how necessary the public transit is for. God damn it. My things keep crashing and closing. Like, seriously, I can't overstate how important, how integral this transit system is to daily life in Vancouver. People regularly commute for hour and a half, sometimes 2 hours, even longer, just to get from one end of the city to the other for their workday. And that's like a lot of people too. As this video claims, a third of Vancouverites take public transit, and I'm one of them. And I want this expanded. I also want this to be, honestly, I want it to be nationalized. I want it across the entire country for like all the bigger towns and cities even. And a high-speed rail from one coast to the other. Just connect the entire country together. I think we could do it. If we tax the fucking billionaires.
So many more are getting a capacity boost. It's our largest bus increase in 7 years, and we know it needed to happen. Hopefully, it means less cramming together like a can of sardines and way more personal space. And while those may sound like just numbers, those numbers have a lot of meaning for a lot of people who need to get places fast. And speaking of getting places, there are some major industrial job centers south of the Fraser. Despite having huge economic impact, they've had little to no transit. We're fixing that with new service for places like Tilbury and Delta, Campbell Heights and
Okay. Fucking, I used to work in that area. I used to work for Amazon in that area. I did 3 months and never again. But that was a fucking nightmare to go to. You don't, everywhere else in the Greater Vancouver area, barring like the very, very outskirt places, but like everywhere in the Greater Vancouver area, you have multiple bus options. Like literally around me, I want to say there's 3 or 4 buses. Like within a few minute walks, or within a few minutes of walking, there are 2 that will get me to the SkyTrain. and then I just zoom. But that industrial area by the Fraser that she was saying, that's by Fraser River, which sort of divides the greater Vancouver area between like the downtown area or the getting to downtown and then like the suburb area. And I'm not going to tell you which I'm in. I'm just in Vancouver. Don't worry about it. Okay, but yeah, I worked in that fucking island where you saw all those shipping crates kind of thing. I was a warehouse picker at Amazon, and there is one bus that just circles the island in one direction only. Normally, every bus route is two-way. When one comes, another goes. So there's always moving. That's how the SkyTrain system works. But that island, one. So I am so glad that they're actually fucking expanding that. I'm swearing a lot more than I should. This is why I shouldn't be a politician. But if I could bite my tongue, I probably have a decent chance of being a candidate for the RPC. But I would much rather just be an advocate and keep bringing in people. Anyways, TransLink.
Surrey and Gloucester in Langley. Service along major corridors will see more frequency. Maine, Granville, Marine Drive, King George Boulevard, and Fraser Highway. And to help achieve that work-life balance, there's going to be new and better summer service to popular outdoor spots. Think Stanley Park, Terra Nova Rural Park, Centennial Beach, Belcarra Regional Park, Minnekana Regional Park, Golden Ears Provincial Park, and Campbell Valley Regional Park. Okay.
Wow. I am actually really happy to hear that. Those are social gathering spaces. Those we need those to have more public access. And fuck any of you that make jokes about the dog girl getting excited that parks are accessible. I get it. But if you call them walkies, I'm not going with you. But I want to go to the park. I want people to be able to go to the park, to the beaches. We are social creatures. We need to socialize. And not everybody has third places in order to meet new people. So, that, unironically, I am excited about. I'm happy about that. I would love to go to like nice parks for like meetups with a group of friends kind of day. Just hang out and chat. And like I've got at least one friend that it's kind of hard for us to hang out IRL because of what they're dealing with. I'm not going to get into that for them, but it basically prevents us from her visiting here or me visiting her place. We kind of have to go to a third. We have to go to a third place, which parks are nice, especially if they're cool with me smoking. Anyways, let's continue. How long? I don't even know how long I've been going on to this. It's a 2-minute video, and I don't know how long I've been rambling.
I know this is getting to be a long list, but that's a good thing, right? So here's a couple more.
Yes.
The R2 rapid bus to Metrotown is expected to be extended by 2027, making it easier for people living on the North Shore to connect with SkyTrain.
Okay, that's fucking cool. I'm pausing right again. Pausey Polly, what can you do? Metrotown, you heard that just in the video there? That is like Vancouver's biggest mall. We have a few decent sized malls. The main ones that come to my mind are Brentwood Mall and Metrotown Mall. I'm pretty sure there are others, but those are the two that I tend to go to the most. At least for social gatherings, whatever. Don't worry about it. But more people being able to access the mall, that's a pretty good thing. I wish our cities were walkable, but public transit is a pretty good second. I just realized I should be gesturing this way. Turning a 2-minute vid into a 20-minute vid. Vosh taught me well.
Plus, design work is starting on 3 bus rapid transit corridors: Metrotown to North Shore, King
Nice.
George Boulevard, and Langley to Haney Place.
Nice.
At the end of the day, we've avoided serious cuts. In fact, we've done more. This plan fully funds services through to the end of 2027.
Oh my
and
God,
cuts the funding
yes.
gap by nearly half starting in 2028.
Okay, like TransLink is a private company running our public transportation. And I don't like that because that tends to lead to they want to save their profits so they don't save their bus drivers. This makes it sound like they're going to save the bus drivers. They're going to keep maintaining the buses, the trains. Fuck, this is so good. I'm excited about this. I'm so excited.
There's much more in store, and some of those improvements could start rolling out as early as this fall.
Nice.
No matter the destination, we're making more transit possible for you.
Good. That's what I like to see. That's really what I like to see. I wish I had the room to just step around, but I mean, I've got like a square meter or so to just move around in because I'm not out in the living room right now. But yeah, more public transit. I want that to go ahead. I'm so glad that fucking it's happening. It's expanding. It's more service between Surrey and Langley is pretty big one because Langley is still definitely part of the Greater Vancouver area, but to get to it, there's no SkyTrain there. So it's kind of like a very long bus ride you have to take. And most of those buses are once every half hour. It sucks waiting a half hour for a bus, but at least you don't have to buy a car and being in charge and being responsible for that death machine. I don't want that. I don't want that at all. I want more buses, I want trains, and I want them to be punctual, and then I will be happy. I won't be fully happy because we still live under capitalism. Thanks for coming to my TED Talk. Another banger segment. Why is my chest doing that? Like you guys see what's up, right? Like I love my slimes, but the drift, man, the drift. You don't really notice it until you just like stop. Okay, I definitely need the emission maps done for this outfit and my other outfits. God, yay. Okay, now we just have the Canada Post strike. We have the Canada Post strike and the Prime Minister's first press conference after election. And I've heard he does not do good in this press conference. I liked him at the election. He's done some stuff I don't like already, from what I've heard. Oh, right, I should change my batteries. You want the Prime Minister one? That is a half-hour press conference. So, okay, come here, batteries. It's time to change. Please don't fuck up. Please, God. Please. This is hard to do with the VR headset on. Shh. shit. Which one was the bad one? Wait, no, I think I know it. I know what one's the bad one. Might as well just do both batteries at the same time, right? Ah, fuck. Gotta go. Thanks for stopping by, Sushi. Excuse me. Yeah, the Canada Post strike is an article by Global News, and I just want to do like a quick little thing on it, and then we can do the Carney Press Conference. The Press Carnival. Please don't unsubscribe. I'm very funny. Hey, Lola! How goes the comeback? I'm not on Twitch yet, but I'll get there next week. I also have a bit of a new model to show off. Also, you did kind of miss the VtuberGate segment. That's honestly what I opened with. Show. Yeah, okay. Boom. God, I am so happy that I ended up being a VR streamer. Okay, I actually want to roll this down a bit. There. Fucking. I'll have to catch it later. I'm gonna upload my segment tomorrow. Nice. If you don't post it in the self promo channel, I'm probably going to post it in the politics channel of my Discord, because I want more people to hear what lefties have to say about what's been going on. Because like the most coverage has been from the fucking right, and we don't need that. We don't need more of that. My segment will be up on Tuesday. I'm gonna make sure it's like the first segment that comes out from this stream. I'm gonna have 5 this stream, maybe 6. I wish I could mute when or I wish I could easily mute when I need to like cough or something. Is the camera a good spot? It's I kind of like that, where you see a bit of the outside. You see a little bit of the cyberpunk world, but you still see my. God. I also kind of like the lower angle. That's actually pretty nice. Though I am pretty far away. Go right here. This ain't too bad. I'm pretty happy with that. Also, Lola, if you ever want to come on stream talk politics, hit me up. I basically only stream on the weekends because I don't like streaming during the week. I'm probably going to be streaming during the week a bit in the future, doing like some gaming streams just to make sure I get those 7 unique days and I don't have to do like fucking 2 months. Because I'm pretty sure when I return to Twitch, I'm going to be hitting the requirements for affiliate. That's what it was called, right? Not to like be overly narcissistic. 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 Oh my god. At least I didn't fumble a whole lot during my segments. Okay, we were going to talk about the Canada Post is going to be going on strike soon. Or maybe we'll see. Okay, so last year, Canada Post, the people that deliver our mail and are like, cool, we need these people. It's like one of the best government services. basically, from what I remember, they wanted to be paid better. And I don't blame them. Everybody wants to be paid better. Honestly, the minimum wage should be higher for everybody. That's just me, though. I think people deserve to be able to buy nice things when they want to, when they work full time. That's just me. Well, it's not just me. There's a lot of cool people that agree with me. Anyways, Canada Post is potentially going on strike again. And I am worried. I am worried that. Let's turn that off. Okay, here's an article from Global News. Like, fuck off. Really? You guys saw that, right? It's crashing and coming back. This is annoying. Okay, but Global News talking about how Canada Post strike could be coming in May. What we know. So, from my understanding, I think it was, May 22nd was when the contract for this union expires. And so far, wait, who are they arguing with? Are they fighting Canada? The Crown Corporation and oh, okay, so there is an actual corporation running the Post. Cool. Nationalize it, pay them better, give them the best benefits. They should be government workers. I'm pretty sure they are. Returned to the bargaining table on Wednesday after failing to come to a deal in March. The Canadian Union of Postal Workers is back at the negotiating table with Canada Post, working to secure new collective agreements for our urban and rural and suburban mail carriers bargaining units. The union said in an email to Global News. Basically, if this strike does go through, I don't need the article anymore anyways. If this strike does go through, we gotta back up that union. However we can, raise our voices, whatever, promote that union, and we do not want the government, we don't want the actual federal government stepping in and forcing the union to take whatever deal just to get the services back. No, we will. If the strike happens, it's supposed to be disruptive. It's supposed to put pressure on the Crown Corporation in this case. It's supposed to put pressure on the corporation in order to, that's the leverage workers have. It's our labor. If they do not wish to fairly compensate our labor, we should withhold that labor. But it's damn near impossible to do if you don't have a union. And it's hard as fuck to do even with a union. I used to be union. I was in a construction union. I'm not going back to construction. But that union is still better than not having it. Unironically, I miss being in a union. I am currently working a non-union position. Fuck. Oh, okay, my battery's dying. Okay, I'm currently in a non-union position, and I want to be union again. It's seriously, a bad union is better than no union. Just having that union has those owners, those CEOs, those managers, they bite their tongue a little bit better, at the very least. Trust me. Okay, I gotta put this battery away. And I don't know if you guys heard or remember the Freedom Convoy that happened a couple years ago. I don't know. It was a bunch of I'm going to say far right. It was a bunch of far right types that were like, we want. Right, it was during COVID. So they wanted to not have to deal with the quarantine shit coming back into Canada from the States. Or it was, no, they didn't want to have to deal with quarantine in the States after they travel through. And they were blocking like the highways, excuse me, towards like Montreal, Ottawa, like to Ottawa, the capital city of our fucking country, to protest something going on across the border. So that was just dumb. And like when people were like, "Hey, dude, you're protesting something that's not under the control of the Canadian government," they said, "We know our First Amendment." And I was like, "Yeah, me too. I also recognize that Manitoba is a province." Because that's the First Amendment to the Canadian Constitution. These people, they follow American politics more than they follow Canadian. And to be fair, I was guilty of this too. But I also recognize that our politics are different from American politics. We've got parliamentary system, but we still need political reform. That's a topic for another video. Right now, the reason I bring up the Freedom Convoy is because I think it was like as the protest was getting getting broken up, and it's over, it's ending. I'm pretty sure this is how it played out. Correct me if I'm wrong. But then after that is when Trudeau invoked emergency powers to freeze their bank accounts. Now, I don't fucking like the Freedom Convoy protesters, but that was a fucking scary, egregious misuse of emergency powers to target your political enemies. And that precedent has me worried about the Canadian or the Canada Post Union strike if it happens. I remember the Trudeau's Back to Work initiative or something like that when the ports out here were on strike because they wanted better wages. I can't blame them. Shipping companies make a lot of fucking money, so it makes sense that their workers would want a bigger share of that pie. It's the problem. The problem is the higher ups don't want to pay you. That's what it is. And I don't want Carney to do the exact same thing. But honestly, I kind of expect it. He's a fucking banker after all. That's his background. I don't think he's really he's definitely better than, Polivra was for being a voice of the people. But no, we need I want a different prime minister. But I also don't want to there's a lot of people that used to say fuck Trudeau, and while I agree with the sentiment, I agreed with it for different reasons than them. They just hated liberals because they're liberals and they think liberals are communists. I'm a socialist and I think liberals are not communists. They care about the fucking capital. They want the markets to always be around. They can't imagine life without them. Personally, the markets are why I hate life. They're a big part of it, anyways. But we try our best to make the world as good a place as possible. And best way you can fight back against corporate overreach, corporate corruption is to unionize your workplace. If you're not a manager, you should be able to find resources to unionize. It won't be easy, and it's not something I can explain how to do right now. It takes a lot of effort, takes a lot of time, and in some cases it takes a lot of skill, because you're if the corporation finds out you're starting to talk about unionizing to your coworkers, they're probably going to find any way they can to get rid of you, because they know and they're scared of unions. They know that a union, when all the workers come together, they can bring down the corporation if they just leave. If nobody is there to work a factory, what good is owning that fucking factory? Support your local unions. Even if you're not a union person, you want to help out, you can always find strikes. And if you got the day off, or if you can take the day off, go march a picket line with them. I'm not a union person, but I'm here to help support your initiative. That kind of thing. I don't know how else to end the segment. That's how it's ending. Wow, like a 12-minute segment. And my chest is drifting again. And I need a sippy, because I am a little thirsty. I've been talking a lot. Put that down. How weird does this look? Oh my god, that's so good. Also, chat, I don't know if it's like really noticeable or anything. Good Segi, not bad really. Thank you. I don't know if it's really noticeable, but like I have cut down and reduced my amount of soda pop intake. It is currently less than half. Who the fuck's texting me? I'm not actually mad. It's just faux shit. Did you guys even hear that noise? Because if you just FYI, if you happen to hear an Xbox 360 achievement unlocked sound, that's me getting a text. No, not that hand. That hand. It's so weird for me to open up the... Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay. Really? The browser crashed in VR again. We have been hearing it? Fuck. Okay. I just keep forgetting to put my phone on Do Not Disturb, and then I, go live, and then here we are. Okay, should I be closer? Okay, I actually want to change where my mirror location is. Shit. Right over there, that's good. Okay. Because I need to have, or it's extremely helpful to have a mirror. Okay. All that we have left is the Carney Press Conference. Fuck off, Facebook. I don't even use you. I used to, in order to connect with my family, like, text. But then I got sick of the AI slop shit. Also, please remember to like the stream if you haven't yet. It is a big help. Okay. My tracking's good. Yeah, fucking I like this setup for my streams. I think this will be a consistent view for me. Facebook is full of bots now. Not just bots, like fucking fully AI generated accounts responding to each other. Like literal dead internet theory. Okay, so who's ready to listen to a banker talk? Okay, so Mark Carney won the Liberals won the election, and Carney became our prime minister. For those that aren't aware, Mark Carney his primary history experience. He spent a lot of time as a banker before he entered politics. It's kind of necessary right now with Trump enforcing his trade war and all that heavy emphasis on quotation marks. Fun stuff. Let's try and see if full screen works this time. Okay. We are going to listen to what he has to say. It's going to be a bit of a watch. I haven't listened to a whole lot of his stuff. I do prefer to. Oh, I gotta fix my legs. I prefer to watch it with you guys. I don't pre-watch my videos, so that also kind of ends up with me trying to avoid watching. Like, I don't watch stuff, and then I kind of forget when I don't make a segment. Shut up. We are listening to the Prime Minister talk, Briley. Let's listen. Okay, let's actually... Shit. Boom. Play.
Fantastic. Thank you. Hello. Bonjour tout le monde. Good afternoon, everyone. It is with great honor and greater humility that I have accepted the Governor General's request to form a new government. And I share this responsibility with the members of Canada's new federal cabinet.
Okay.
I'm going to applaud them. I'm going to applaud them. Canadians elected this new government with a strong mandate to define a new economic and security relationship with the United States and to build a stronger economy for all Canadians. Canadians also sent a clear message that their cost of living must come down.
Yeah.
And that our communities must be safe.
Yeah.
The swearing in of this cabinet is amongst the fastest following an election and the beginning of the new parliament.
Is he might be pushing back against the conservatives that love talking about the crime rates. Just to let you all know, when the Canadian conservatives are all about, oh, the crime rates, they're so high. It's those people are looking at raw numbers. Canada has grown in size since the 90s, so the raw numbers of crimes that have committed have increased. However, if you look at per capita, which is the statistic you actually give a shit about, it has been steadily decreasing since the 90s. It is just a red herring conservatives wants you to freak out about so you don't pay attention to the stuff they are fucking you with, and not in the fun way.
Will be one of the most rapid following an election in Canadian history. We are starting as we aim to go on. Our government will deliver its mandate for change with urgency and determination.
What's your mandate?
We're going to deliver that mandate with a new team, purpose-built for this hinge moment in Canada's history.
What's your mandate?
This cabinet is smaller and more focused than those of previous governments. It will operate.
No, I don't want smaller government. I want bigger government, more spread out, more transparency. What's your mandates? What are you focusing on? It's only a minute and a half in. We'll see.
With a commitment to true cabinet government, with everyone expected and empowered to show leadership, to bring new ideas, to have a clear focus, and to take decisive actions to accomplish their work. In a return to more traditional cabinet government, our cabinet will be supported by 10 secretaries of state who will lead on key priorities within their ministers' portfolios.
Okay.
Nous allons gouverner en tant qu'équipe, autant au sein du Conseil des ministres
Oh, it's not doing
que
French?
du caucus,
Okay.
et travailler de façon constructive avec l'ensemble des partis
Oh my
au
god.
Parlement.
I don't know how long he speaks French for.
The decisions made by this new
Oh, thank
Parliament,
God.
which starts on the 26th of May, will be critical to Canada's future. Our new government's core priorities will be outlined on the 27th of May by His Majesty King Charles III.
So you're not even fucking telling us. Honestly, I know how you feel, Tibbs, but I should learn it. Basically, since English and French are both our official languages, a lot of politicians tend to speak in English and then do a second French version for Quebec.
In the speech from the throne. Nous allons travailler avec l'ensemble de nos partenaires pour atteindre nos objectifs
Fuck, I could have been
et
explaining it now.
réaliser les changements désirés par les Canadiens et Canadiennes. Le Canada est plus qu'une nation. C'est une confédération fondée sur
I
l'union
kind of
des
love
peuples
these auto-generated
français,
subtitles, not gonna lie.
anglais et autochtones. L'approche de notre gouvernement
Oh my
doit
god.
refléter cette
just-
réalité.
What else you got? Come on.
We will govern as a cabinet constructively and collaboratively, working with caucus and across parties in Parliament to deliver the change that Canadians want and desire.
What parties, though?
Our new government will be a strong and reliable partner to the provinces, the territories, and to Indigenous peoples. We will reinforce bridges across labor, business, and civil society.
You say
And
that.
together, we will advance the nation-building investments that will support the core mission of this government, which is to create the strongest economy in the G7, an economy that works for everyone. Alors que nos travailleurs et nos entreprises continuent de faire face aux
more
tarifs
promising,
injustifiés imposés
but
par les
right now
États-Unis,
it is
mon
just
gouvernement va
words
se
from
battre
a
pour le
banker.
Canada, pour que le Canada obtienne le meilleur accord possible. Pour le faire, nous allons prendre le temps nécessaire, mais sans plus. En même temps,
Pamplemousse.
nous allons renforcer nos relations avec des partenaires fiables. Le Canada a ce dont le monde a besoin.
Oh my god.
Et nous
I wish it was
défendons
easier for
des
me to
valeurs
jump.
que le monde respecte.
Whoops.
Nous allons renforcer
Okay,
notre
how-
propre économie. Une économie qui crée
How much am I
des emplois,
competing? We're
qui
equal?
augmente des salaires, qui est résiliente face au choc. Pour y arriver, nous allons bâtir une seule économie canadienne au lieu de 13. D'ici la fête du Canada, mon gouvernement aura fait sa part pour atteindre cet objectif. We're working already closely with the provinces, territories, and Indigenous peoples to identify and catalyze projects of national significance. Projects that will connect Canada, deepen our ties with the world, and grow our economy for generations. That work will be the primary focus of the first ministers' meeting that's due to take place on the 2nd of June in Saskatoon. My
Yes,
government
that's a
will
real
also
word.
take immediate action with immediate legislation out of 13. In everything, we will be guided by our conviction that our economy is only strong when it serves everyone. That means bringing down costs for all Canadians. It means making life more affordable and helping everyone to get ahead. To those end, my last government's first act was to cancel the consumer carbon tax. In this new Parliament, our new government will put more money in Canadians' pockets with a middle-class tax cut that will take effect by Canada Day.
I don't want fucking tax cuts. I don't know about you guys, but I kind of like having postal services, firefighter services, CBC radio. I think I personally would argue taxes are a good thing, but it shouldn't be the lowest earners that pay the most taxes. The lowest people should pay the least taxes. The richest should pay the most taxes. And like, I'm not even asking for like tax 50% of the billionaire's wealth. No, you tax 1% of the 1% of the billionaire's wealth, and it will fund like the country. Jesus Christ. But I don't want tax cuts. I said this on Blue Sky. I don't want tax cuts. I want higher minimum wage federally, and I want electoral reform. But it's looking like no political party, except the Revolution Party of Canada, is pushing for electoral reform. The Communist Party might be. The Revolutionary Communist Party, or I forget what they are. I'm iffy on them. I like the Revolution Party Canada because they're like, yeah, we're socialists, but we're not interested in playing into the aesthetics of it. We care about the core tenets kind of thing. Anyways, getting off topic. I don't want tax cuts. I want the rich to pay their fair share.
Saving two-income families up to $825 a year.
That's it?
We will also cut the GST on homes under $1 million for first-time home buyers and lower the GST on homes between $1 million and $1.5 million, helping to promote the goal of affordable home ownership.
Wait,
That
how much are you helping with the houses under $1 million? Come on, be more specific. This is why I don't like liberals, man. They're not. They'll slowly make things better, or they'll slowly make things worse. It's iffy.
That goal can only truly be achieved by doubling the rate of home building in this country. So we will build homes faster at lower costs with a smaller environmental footprint in construction and greater efficiency once families move in.
Okay, so like they say they want to build more homes, and I want them to build more homes. We have the money. We just need to tax the right people. We just need to literally build those homes. But there are going to be so many people, rich people, pushing back against the home building because the more houses go up, the costs of houses go down. And then the people that are lifetime career landlords, they get mad that the value of their houses go down. And I get mad that they're owning more than one fucking house and commodifying a basic necessity of human life. It should be a goddamn human right. Everyone should have housing. Everyone should have food. No questions. I don't care how little money you make. You live here, you should be covered with that. We don't choose to come into this world, nor should you have to do anything to just survive. If it's a shitty existence where you got a small box house and you're eating only instant noodles, That's better than them living on the street. I don't want people living on the street. Liberals don't want people living on the street. Conservatives, well, I personally think they just want you to die and suffer. But they will just push you away. They will what's it? They will give you a bus ticket if you're homeless, and they'll send you to Alberta or something. And they'll just keep kicking the can down the road, and they'll just keep pushing them around until the person dies. They never get a shot at a normal life again, if they ever had one. We don't know. There's so many homeless people that need homes. They need the help. People don't want to work with a person that has been, let's go with mentally compromised, because they've been stuck suffering on the street for the majority of their life. Okay, let's get them off the street, get them into a home, and they shouldn't have to pay for it. Nobody should have to pay for it. That way, those people that don't want to see them or don't want to be around them won't have to work with them, won't have to see them on the street shooting up. Speaking of shooting up, we need safe injection sites, but that's a topic for another day. Continue, Carney. I'm trying not to get mad. And by the way, this is not actually me being mad. This is me being a little performative because I'm on stream. And in the end, I am an internet jester. I do not have a political background. I just pay attention to the news. I just watch YouTubers. And I have strong opinions, and I'm confident that I am confident that I am correct, despite how I stumble when I speak sometimes. Subscribe, by the way.
And in that process, we will create an entirely new Canadian housing industry in modular and prefab housing using Canadian technology.
Okay, this is actually pretty cool. Modular housing is, I actually kind of like it, sort of, as a, I guess, stopgap to building more homes. Basically, they just make specific units, like a house unit that you'll live in, like an apartment unit. And then they bring it to a place and then just stack it like Lego. They can put up essentially an apartment complex in like a few months. So, sort of. Like, it takes longer than a few months to build each of the modular houses or housing units, whatever. But once those are ready and it's time to put them in place where the people are going to live in them, it's so quick for just crane in, lay down a floor, crane in. Like it's unbelievable how quick they can do this, but they don't. Are these cheap homes? Yes, actually, they are cheap. Or they should be. I know there is at least one of them nearby. I can't remember when it went up, but it's like a low income housing option.
Canadian skilled workers and Canadian lumber. My government will work relentlessly to keep Canada secure as a sovereign nation and to keep Canadians safe in their communities.
Yeah, fuck Trump.
We will build a stronger Canadian Armed Forces to defend every inch of our territory through unprecedented investments in land, air, sea, and cyberspace. We will strengthen Canadian law enforcement and border security, including with 1,000.
With the potential threat of annexation by America, I like the idea of, or I'm okay with the idea of expanding our military. Not necessarily the law enforcement and the border security, because you want to know a trend that's happened in Vancouver that it kind of pisses me off. We're not having the RCMP anymore. I don't know what municipality around here still has RCMP, the Royal Canadian Mounted Police. It's a federal police force. That's what we had. I don't like the police in general. I think are there are instances when we do need police figures, but the system we have now is not very good. That needs to change. And I don't think privatizing it, because now we have the fucking Vancouver Police Department, the fucking Burnaby Police Department, New West Police Department, Delta Police Department. Delta is a city within the Greater Vancouver area, by the way. It's not just some like Sigma Alpha bullshit. It's private. It's privatized police forces. They're not. They're. I don't even want to get into it. But we don't need to worry. Things have been safer. Look up. I wish I had the chart on me, but per capita, crime has been going down for like 30 years. My entire lifetime. But all the fear mongering going on about crime rates keeps people thinking it's going up. Also, border security, we're not. If America invades, border security is not going to do shit. Border security is just posturing. Personally, if I think Americans want to come visit from America, fucking let them. Because there's a good chance they won't be able to go back. Because America is just going more and more isolationist. It's kind of concerning, especially with them pulling out of like trade deals and shit, and like fucking up the trade routes between the countries. I think it's a good thing when all the different countries rely on each other for trade. When you trade with the other countries around you, you're far less likely to go to war with them. Look at what happened with Russia when it invaded Ukraine. Fucking their economy just went to shit because everybody that traded with them stopped, or for the most part stopped. There are still contract people that kind of stuck around, and I'm not going to get into the nitty gritty, but seriously, when countries rely on each other for market stability, they're not going to invade each other unless they've got a deranged dictator that's willing to black beg people on the street and go to war with its fucking allies. We still have 21 minutes to go. This is funny. I have no idea how long I've been ranting.
The new RCMP personnel and 1,000 new border security officers. And we will toughen the criminal code for those threatening the safety of Canadians, including making bail harder to get for those charged with stealing cars, with home invasion, or with human trafficking. Nous allons bâtir la confiance en notre système de justice, et nous allons faire de même avec notre système d'immigration. Nous allons ramener l'immigration à des niveaux raisonnables, en plafonnant le nombre de travailleurs étrangers temporaires et d'étudiants internationaux. Dans toutes nos actions, nous serons guidés par une nouvelle discipline fiscale. Notre gouvernement va dépenser moins pour que les Canadiens puissent investir plus. Ce travail a déjà commencé et notre nouveau gouvernement va redoubler d'efforts.
He's just repeating himself, but in
lors de la
French.
première rencontre du Conseil des ministres. Les Canadiens nous ont donné
Oh my God,
le
and I don't want to
mandat
skip
d'apporter
because like
de
it's a
grands
bitch to do in
changements
VR.
rapidement. Se
So
bâtir
I'm sorry for the people that don't want to hear
travailler
French Canadian
sans
French.
relâche pour être digne de leur confiance. In this past election, more than 1,900 people put their names on a ballot, and more than 19 million Canadians marked those ballots with their choice.
I misheard.
And every vote counted. So whether you voted for this government or not, we are in your service, in the service of building a stronger, more united Canada. We will build and we will govern for all Canadians, build big, build bold, build now. Thank you very much. Merci beaucoup. I'll be happy to take your question.
Okay, so I have no idea what he's about to, or what the questions are coming up. We'll watch it. We'll see how it goes. But yeah, oh my God, liberals! I want a farther left government, 'cause like, I'm pretty sure I mentioned this in my video when I talked about general thoughts about Canadian politics pre-election. I am so sick of the governments that we elect being either liberal or conservative. That's the only two that have ever won federally, and I am sick of it because neither of those parties represent what I care about the most. Liberals are closer. That's why I voted for Trudeau to get Harper out of the office. Harper was the last conservative prime minister we had. And then I voted Trudeau to get Harper out of there. And then ever since then, I've been voting NDP because, well, on paper, the NDP was more aligned with my political ideals. But with the performance of Jagmeet Singh, it seems like those guys are a lot more neoliberal than I am. I don't really put too much stock into what labels to use. I care more about what policies do you want to push for? What do you actually want to achieve for the working class, for the average voter? What do you want to do for them? What are you going to do for them? Okay, let's see what press conference questions. I'm not clapping.
Carney, Laurence Martin de Radio-Canada.
Oh,
Pourquoi
fuck,
est-ce
man.
que Mélanie Joly n'était plus la bonne interlocutrice avec la Maison-Blanche?
Madame Joly a beaucoup de talent et de talent.
Unironically, I'm thinking of learning French just for situations like this so I can translate for you guys. Right now, I have no idea what the fuck they're saying and I don't know how long it goes on for.
En ce qui concerne les affaires étrangères, y compris les relations avec la Maison-Blanche ou les Américaines. Je veux préciser, avec les Américaines et sa homologue, M. Rubio. Mais en même temps, Mme Joly a beaucoup d'expérience comme membre du cabinet et beaucoup d'expérience en ce qui concerne les enjeux économiques. Et au fond, c'est un gouvernement qui va mettre l'accent.
Okay, I do know it's a lot of fun to rag on the French, but I will say, like, the French people in France, they seem to be pretty fucking good about rallying and, you know, revolting against an unfair wage shit kind of thing. So, like, they're a little more based than you guys think. That, and in the French Canadians' favor, we have poutine because of them. That is a Canadian fucking dish. Everybody should try it. It's so fucking good. And we have the French Canadians to thank for it. The francophones? Was that the term? Because I'm an anglophone. And they're francophones. I think. Please correct me if I'm wrong. I'm more than open to being corrected. Play.
Sur l'économie canadienne. Oui, c'est vrai. Il faut régler la situation avec les Américains.
Have your model always been twisted this
La
whole time?
personne
What?
qui doit avoir
la
plus bonne relation avec la Maison-Blanche, c'est le Premier ministre du Canada. Et pour le moment, c'est moi.
OK. Je vais vous demander en anglais. So it's not un désaveu, like you would say in French. in English on Mélanie.
You want me to answer in English?
Yes, if
Oh,
you can.
please,
this
God,
is a
yes.
first. So, okay, so Radio Canada is asking
No,
for
no, no, no,
translation.
no.
in English.
That's not my follow-up. That's not my follow-up.
But the point is that Madame Joly and all the members of the cabinet, particularly the most experienced members of the cabinet, have many talents and very much experience and can play many roles. The relations with the Americans, and of course including the relations with the Americans, where she has played a very important role. The person who has the relationship you asked specifically about the White House, of course, is the Prime Minister with the President.
I don't know.
I'm the Prime Minister, so I play that role. But I want to emphasize one other thing I said in French, which you heard.
I'm fully distracted what he was doing. I don't know what he said. I fully forgot to keep watching my tracking because I was just watching YouTube through the virtual desktop. So it kind of doesn't completely surprise me that the tracking fucked up. I am using slimes instead of valve indexes. If I had a dedicated streaming room that wasn't my bedroom, I would more than likely eventually invest in valve indexes.
Which is, this is a government that, of course, we have to address and come to a new arrangement with the Americans. Il faut régler cette situation.
Okay,
but
I can't watch in VR.
Primary focus is on the economy, and our primary focus is on the Canadian economy. And we are at the start of an industrial transformation, a transformation of this economy. And Madame Joly, as Minister of Industry, is going to help lead that in concert with the other members of the Cabinet and myself.
Vous nommez Dominique Leblanc à l'unité économique canadienne.
Oui.
Oh my
Pour
God.
vous, quelle est la plus grande menace pour le Canada?
don't
Est-ce
even know
que
what
c'est
the
Donald
question
Trump
is.
ou est-ce que ce sont les fiscaux du grand défi?
Oui, c'est un défi, c'est un défi. Chaque défi est une occasion. Standing up to the U.S.
A majority.
Canadien.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister. Rachel Aiello, CTV News. You're 2 seats shy of 1, but should Canadians expect you to govern like you have a majority?
Thank you for the question. We ran a very clear campaign on our priorities, standing up to the U.S., getting the best possible relationship, security and economic relationship, but then at the core, building the strongest economy in the G7 economy that works for everyone. I enumerated just now some of those, what that translates into specific priorities. You'll hear more of those translations in the speech from the throne, but you will be able to guess what they are, having followed the campaign and what Canadians voted for. I'll remind, not you, you'll know this, but those watching, we receive more votes than anyone else in any election. We are in a position where we have cabinet members from all the provinces. I'm very proud of that, and a cabinet member from full cabinet member from the territories. So we're governing for all Canadians, all regions, with a strong and clear mandate that came out of the election, and that's how we will govern.
Thank you. And so what does tangible progress look like for you when it comes to addressing cost of living concerns in this country? And will there be a barometer such as public mandate letters for Canadians to hold you accountable to?
Well, I think the way Canadians will hold account by their experience at the grocery store, when they're paying their electricity.
Nice fucking dodge, Carney. How are we going to hold you to accountability? I mean, next election? No. That's not what she meant when she asked. At least that's not how I understood her question. How are we going to hold this dude accountable for the promises he's made? That's what I'm wondering. Are we going to just have to, the prices went up, fucking Carney didn't do what he said. Is that it? You're just going to make people mad at you for next election if you don't follow through on it? Is there anything we can really do besides voting? I don't know, man. I honestly need to get more educated within our parliamentary system. I would love to have somebody on stream to fully explain or go into a lot of detail regarding how our parliamentary system works. What about you running for Canada online? Like me running as a representative in a riding or potentially going for prime minister? I don't think it would be a very good fit for me because I'm like that. I swear a lot. I make a lot of sex jokes. I would really not want to change that. That's not really fitting for a politician. However, gotta find some other Canadian streamers. Or not just Canadian streamers, but like I'm gonna see what I can do about getting like activists, like people that are doing the on the ground work that know what the fuck they're talking about, what's going on. Get those people on stream. That would be sweet.
Bill when they or their children are looking for a place to live. So it will be their
college?
experiences, how they will they will form those judgments, and then of course accountability comes at the ballot box.
Okay, thank you.
Mandate letters, cabinets, cabinet discussions, legislation, regulation. These are just steps to accomplish those ultimate goals, and it's what the experience is of Canadian families. That's how they will judge cost of living. I will say one other thing, but there are two elements to cost of living. One is the actual cost of things, and the other is, are people's salaries growing? Is their take-home pay
salaries?
increasing? Can they find jobs readily? And those last aspects, we have to focus on those aspects as well. We can act most quickly, most immediately with the middle class tax cut, which is, as I said in my remarks, we will act by Canada Day. Parliament has to.
No, not tax cuts. Fuck. Just increase the minimum wage, dude. Well, I guess he can't make a... The way minimum wage works in Canada is each province, you guys call yours, or America calls theirs states, we have provinces. Each province, BC, Alberta, Saskatchewan, all of them, we all have our own minimum wages. I don't know what would be so bad about a federal minimum wage of at least $25 an hour. I don't know what would be so bad about that. Especially since, oh my God, you don't know how many companies I've worked at that were like, oh, we made record profits this year. Good job, everybody. So, you going to give me a raise? No. But the ad that I applied to, that said 17 to 20 an hour. And your hiring person said if you take the lower wage now, it'll be easier to push for the higher wage because you've proven yourself. And then after proving myself, they're like, okay, so we're ready to take you on from part-time, or not part-time, from contract work, because I was contracted out, into a full-on employee of our country. Or not of our country. Full-on employee of our company. Oh, cool. So I want 20 an hour then. Because I'm running this entire fucking area where I've got to learn a lot of specified shit. That, I want 20 an hour because I'm doing that. We'll give you 19. I want 20. We'll give you 19.50. I said 20. Let me call my boss. Nope. I'm finding another job. I don't care. And then when I actually did leave, oh my God, they were like, oh shit. We should have given her 20 an hour. Cause like that was specialized work. It was not easy to teach me that shit. And yet they refused to give me 20 an hour. So now they have nobody that knows, or they had nobody that knew how to run the area there that They only had pictures of a part of the process, and then a detailed, here's how to go through the stuff, but nobody to actually explain it to the new hires because they didn't pay me enough. And I wasn't going to stick around for taking a loss. I stepped down from like $21.50 an hour at my previous job, which I left on stress leave. Don't worry about that one. I left previous job on $21.50, and then I took a pay cut to 17 because I was told I could make it up to 20 after I get full time or I get brought onto the company, and then I still have a chance to grow from there. But they lied to me, like every corporation does. I don't fucking trust corporations. I don't trust bankers. I wonder if you can tell why. Okay, let's get back to the fun stuff. I will try not to block the subtitles. Man, subtitles are going to suck for the people watching the re-upload of this.
To approve it, we'll have to find 2 extra votes in order to get that. But we clearly campaigned on that, and we'll put that forth. But more broadly,
with 2 extra votes, it's funny because both my wife and I voted NDP. We weren't sure if we were going to vote Liberal, but no.
What we need to do is build this economy, create great jobs for Canadians. At the same time, costs are held under control. But it's really about jobs and growth in incomes that will help all Canadians get ahead.
Next question.
Yeah, it is.
Sarah Ritchie with the Canadian Press. Given what you just said about trying to find 2 extra votes in Parliament, what efforts are you and your team making to sort of more permanently find those 2 extra votes from other caucuses?
Yeah, maybe I didn't say this quite as explicitly, but I will now, which is that we campaigned hard, we campaigned clearly, we had more than 100 events, we answered media questions at all our events, and gave a very clear platform. So we have a strong mandate. We're going to focus on the issues that are at the core of that mandate. Of course, we'll work with parliamentarians and we'll work with the provinces to move things forward. But we've been elected to do a job. We intend to do it quickly and forcefully. In other words, we have to address this crisis with the Americans, and we have to address the very real challenges in our economy, and we.
I don't quite like the phrasing of that. It's not the problem with the Americans. It's the problem with Trump. That's what it is. Plain and simple. Dude's literally playing Monopoly with the country. It was fucked up. He's kind of also playing like the board game Risk with the goddamn world. Some cases, saying he'll just annex us. Fuck off.
We will do that.
Follow-up.
Who will be your key members of your team that help you lead that Canada-U.S. relations file?
I obviously in my role, I take ultimate responsibility for it. But the Minister of Foreign Affairs will play a role. The Minister of Finance, the Minister, Monsieur Leblanc, in his role specifically designated with respect to Canada-U.S. trade, as will the Minister of Defense and the Minister of Public Safety, because there are aspects, and I will say, without going into great detail, that it was a week ago, I guess, when I met with a number of us met with President Trump and his team, and in the broader discussions outside of the Oval Office in the Roosevelt Room, we touched on all those issues: public safety, defense, as well as all aspects of economics and trade. And so it is a real team effort, and I'm remiss in that I hadn't mentioned, and I will now, obviously our ambassador in Washington, who plays a very important role, Ms. Hill.
Next question.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Gillian.
Okay, that also reminds me. So yeah, there was a meeting between Carney and Trump, and like apparently some other people. That's like a half-hour video too. So if you guys want to go over that, we can save that for another week. Just let me know.
And Piper with Global News. Interim NDP leader Don Davies told Global News that your government was reaching out and calling NDP individuals about trying to poach them to join your party. Are you trying to poach NDP MPs to join the Liberals?
Look, we, as I said a moment ago, we have a clear mandate. We'll work towards that clear mandate. We're always interested in working with parliamentarians from any of the opposition
They
parties.
didn't say working with, they said poached.
To support that mandate. Obviously, those discussions will intensify as Parliament returns in the course of the next, well, it's less than 2 weeks. So clear mandate, focus on those. Speech from the throne will be quite clear in terms of our priorities. We'll work with Parliament.
Thank you. And as a follow-up,
yeah, he just fully dodged that. So I'm pretty sure he's trying to pull NDP MPs from the NDP party into the Liberal Party, just to try and get that majority government, which I think he gets, which I think means they get more powers and less checks and balances on them. Personally, I want a minority government for whoever wins the federal election. Like, even if my favorite party, Revolution Party Canada, wins federal election, I don't think I'd want them to have a majority. They do fully, it seems like they fully align with what I care about politics, but never can always be too sure, and it's good to have checks and balances so there's no abuses of power. Like Trudeau and the Freedom Convoy.
when Gregor Robertson was Vancouver mayor, the price of buying a house increased by 179% in one of the most expensive markets in Canada. Why do you think someone with this track record should oversee the housing file? Is this a signal from you that you don't think housing prices should go down?
You would be very hard pressed to make that conclusion from everything I've said and what our priorities are. We have a strong view on housing, a very clear policy, a policy developed with a number of members of the team, including with Mr. Robertson, and I'm thrilled that he is in the new role because he brings the type of experience that we need to tackle some aspects of this problem. One of them is is how the federal government can help get municipal costs and municipal regulation costs down and regulation out of the way so that more houses can be built. Ultimately,
what? You want to remove regulations? We want more houses being built. I definitely want more houses being built. But I don't want death traps being built that you put homeless people into to get them off the street, and then the house comes down on them, and then I don't like that as a solution to the homeless problem. Just saying. And if I'm buying a new house, like, honestly, it's been super bleak. I don't have a whole lot of confidence of buying my own house. I have a plan. I'm going to try and act on that plan. But I don't want to buy a house that was built to bad regulations. Like, it's got to be able to stand and shit. I don't know why apparently he's saying he wants to remove the regulations so we can build more houses quickly or something like that. I don't like this.
Housing crisis, and it is a crisis, is ultimately solved by supply. We can do things to help with affordability at the start, which is why we have the GST cut, but ultimately it's a question of supply. And as I think you know, Julie, we have very aggressive objectives on supply, the doubling of the building of supply across Canada. We're going to have to change how we build. And a lot of that expertise...
Maybe he knows more about economics than me, but all I know is supply and demand are pretty much tied in I don't know how to phrase it. The less supply, the more demand. The higher demand, the higher the cost. Or the higher cost to buy a house. So if there's more houses, then the cost of the houses goes down because there's more supply than there is demand. And we don't need to cut regulations for that. We need to fucking fund low-income housing. Don't cut the regulations just to get it out there quicker. Do it safely. That's what I care about. At the end of the day, I care about the safety of the Canadian people. If I accidentally hit back to like the start of the video, we're just ending the segment there. Just saying.
It's not exclusively, but a lot of it is actually been developed in British Columbia. Minister Robertson is very familiar with it. We're going to incorporate that, but in a pan-Canadian strategy to really drive this. Thank you.
Next question.
You'll hear a lot more about it over time. Monsieur.
Prochaine question.
Bonjour, Raymond Fillon de TVA. Monsieur Carney, plusieurs s'attendaient à voir Carlos Leitao dans votre équipe ministérielle, l'ancien ministre des Finances du Québec. Pourquoi ne pas l'avoir inséré dans votre équipe?
Monsieur Leitao, je lui connais bien, efficace et rapide. Et
que votre parti a remporté.
C'est mieux de gagner. C'est pas pour moi, c'est pour l'élection au Canada.
Okay.
Good afternoon, Prime Minister Kate McKenna, CBC News. Can you elaborate on why you chose this cabinet in the context of U.S.-Canada relations? What kind of considerations did you take for positions like foreign affairs and public safety?
Well, I think the first thing is that what guided all of the decisions is several factors. One, the best possible people in the roles. We want a cabinet that reflects Canada.
One would
in
hope.
All its diversity and grandeur and experience. I don't want a cabinet that just looks like me. That's not a cabinet that supports. That's not a cabinet that you can delegate.
I agree with that. Don't want just old white men in charge of the fucking country.
Authorities too. So that's what we're doing. So that's the first. That you bring the cabinet together like that. The second thing is with respect to Canada-U.S. and all aspects, if we will, of the economic and international relations, looking for a combination of experience in the files and bringing new people into the cabinet. I mean, we Canadians elected us with a mandate for change. So there is a great deal of change in this cabinet by necessity. That's what Canadians voted for, and new ideas mixed with the experience that we have. So, with respect to the U.S., look, we have to be. I'll concentrate my answer on the security and defense side. We are developing. We have a series of choices, both the U.S. and Canada, to make about how we can better manage our border. We think we've made tremendous progress on it. In fact, we have made tremendous progress. But where do we go over the next decade? And then what degree of interoperability do we have in our military in a world that's more dangerous?
Unironically, what do we need border security for a whole lot? What foreign threats aside from America do we have to worry about? Is it people freaking out about like the fentanyl drug trade or the illegal drugs? Because I got a solution for that one. Legalize drugs. Start producing them in Canada so they are under regular standards so people aren't fucking regularly overdosing on them. Make tax revenue off of it, generate that. That would help with the country. More tax rate, yeah. And it would stop the black market. Look at weed. Even if you don't like drugs, even if you don't want anybody to do drugs, you can't stop people from doing drugs. They're going to do it anyways. They are fucking fun. I know. I've done them. But we want to prevent people from doing drugs laced with harmful products. And if they are on life-ruining drugs, potentially, like heroin, cocaine, that kind of thing, we want them to feel like they can go get help if they do really want to get clean and that they won't be arrested for it. If it's just legal, nobody gives a shit. And if they're like, hey, I'm fucking my life up with this, I kind of want to turn things around, they won't feel like, oh, if I do try to come clean, go to rehab, I'll just be arrested for using illegal substances. It just creates a vicious cycle of diving into it worse and worse and worse and worse. That wasn't even brought up. That was sort of tangentially brought up. I think our military is what we need to be focusing on more than, like, border patrol. Because when America starts coming over the border in the way we don't want, we're going to need the military. No ifs, ands, or buts. The border security won't do shit against the American military. Canadian military will have a chance, especially if we get allies to come help us out. But, I mean, who fucking knows, right? Right? Okay, we got a few more minutes. We can get through this.
And divided. And so we have big decisions to make there. And you see in both the Minister of Public Safety and the Minister of Defense deep experience in the government, and I think that's appropriate.
How do you balance the need to bring in new voices while maintaining experienced members of your team?
Well, I sort of drifted into, I anticipated your question, I guess, but
Yeah, no, Joestar, I agree with you. I really hope we don't have to use our military anytime soon either. Oh my god. I really hope it's just Trump puffing up his feathers, trying to be intimidating because he wants to appear strong, but he's just a sensitive little being.
I drifted in the answer. You need to balance it. I think that it is a very good question because you should balance it. Part of this is, again, Canadians voted for change, and part of it is bringing in those new perspectives. And, you know, we have half of the cabinet are new members to cabinet. 9 of the 10 secretaries of state are new. I mean, new broadly to a governing role.
I'm confused. Like, he just said half, and then he said 9 of 10. Wait, I think he mentioned that, like, there were 2 parts to his thing. Oh, fuck, I'm tired. Whatever, keep going. We're almost through this.
So there is a tremendous amount of, but that it also means that, you know, half of the cabinet has experience. Perhaps they're in different roles, but they're going to be around the table. And what is crucial, last point, in my view and experience, is how you govern, how you run cabinet meetings, how you run committee meetings, how you delegate authority through the mandates to ministers, so you get the maximum out of that experience and those fresh perspectives. And we intend to have a true cabinet government. Thank you.
We'll have time for one last question. Dernière question. Émilie.
Émilie Bergeron, La Presse canadienne. Bonjour, Monsieur Carney.
C'est parfait.
À permettre au NPD d'avoir...
Okay, go team. Okay. Turn that off. That was Carney's first press conference. That was... Okay, I can see why some lefties are upset about that. It's not just me. I'm gonna walk over here, actually. I'm gonna go stand right here. Is here good? You're good? I don't know. We'll see. But yeah, I don't know. I don't know, man. He said some things that I liked, and some things I didn't like. And I'm gonna get a little closer to you guys. It's just, once again, I didn't really feel like the government really represents me. What can you really do? Except, you know, keep voting Yeah, I wish you all luck. Just be lucky you didn't get someone worse like we did. Oh my god. You have no idea how unbelievably happy I am that Poliv did not, that Poliv did not win. That was such a big concern. Like, that fucking dude, he's so, because I guarantee you, he wants to do the bad things like what Trump wants to do. What the fuck did I just hit? Don't worry about it. I guarantee you, he wants to do what Trump did, but he can't put his whole chest into saying it. Like, when he lost the Canadian election, there was like a 1.5 or something, 2-minute video of him talking to the press about losing the election. And unlike Trump, he graciously admitted he lost the election. But he didn't call out any of the conservative members of parliament that were pushing conspiracy theory bullshit, like stolen election shit. Like, I don't get why people are so like that. Well, I kind of get. There's how do I describe it? It's like a kind of brain rot, sort of, where they just don't want to engage with anything relating to reality. They just want to listen to the people that say the things that they already agree with for their biases. They don't want outside opinions. And then they call us the ones with echo chambers. Like, I don't get it. I try my best to seek out and engage with conservative arguments, conservative thought. I actually have an IRL friend who is a conservative. I'm pretty sure he voted conservative for gun rights of all things. But I still went to his birthday. We went to the pub and hung out. It was like 5 of us. It was nice. Yeah, I got friends. Most of them are excuse me. Most of them definitely progressive. They definitely didn't vote for conservative, but everybody definitely voted. But yeah, I do have friends across different parts of the political spectrum. I don't hang out with fucking Nazis, though. I don't need any friends that are Nazis. I'll talk to conservatives, not the far right. Because the far right, they don't want to talk. They just want you to suffer. Anyways, that was Carney's first press conference as Prime Minister of Canada. How do I end the segment? If you watch the full thing, say, swashbuckling Nidoking. And that's where the video is going to end. Stop recording. Okay, what the fuck is up with my tracking, man? It's like it's drifting more than usual. Do you think it's because I just kept, fuck. Do you think it's just because I kept, being outside of VR? Oh my god, I forgot to make, my mirror ungrabbable again. I don't need it anymore. Fine. Okay, we've been streaming for like 3.5 hours. Oh shit, one of my trackers has 16 minutes of tracking left. Okay, so thanks for tuning in. If you haven't liked the stream already, please like the stream. If you happen to be brand new around here, subscribe for more Canadian politics from Canadian Cyberpunk. Yeah. I talk about politics. I got video essays regarding stuff I actually really like. I'm trying to do positive videos. I can't escape the negative. I'm not going to shy away from the negative, but I am going to try and focus more on positive videos. Focus on what I love rather than what I hate. Doesn't mean I'm not going to point out and combat what I hate when I feel it relevant. But for the most part, let's go for positivity, okay? We don't need to stew in negativity and, just fuck up our mental health worse. Because the world we live in, it's already so fucked up. We don't need to make it worse on ourselves. Let's make it a bit better. Without, fully detaching ourselves from any sort of reality or critical thought or media literacy. That's pretty much it. Thank y'all for tuning in. And next week, I will see you, hopefully, on Twitch. Like, I'll be there, will you? I fucking hope so. I like it when you watch my stream. Yeah, you, right now, watch my stream. Ryan, I'm so glad you're watching and helping me get watch hours. That gets me much closer to ad revenue, which I don't really give that much of a shit about. It's not even going to be that big of ad revenue anyways, honestly. It's usually not good. Thanks for tuning in. Thanks to all the chatters that popped in the chat. You guys help it feel like I am not talking to just a brick wall. But even if you guys were not here, I would still be doing my same shit. It's reassuring. So, thank you. And let's look forward to a nice new stream setup, essentially. I'm going to be more anime, and my lights on this outfit. Oh, fuck off. Really? The chest didn't change? I want the tracker to, change. There. God, why are my legs all so fucking up weird? Boobies. No boobies. Ah, okay. Or do I want this one? Boom. Take a little. I'm asleep now. Have a good sleep, Tibbs. Thanks for tuning in. Take care, everyone. Have a good time zone. And remember, if you can't be the sharpest tool in the shed, you can always be the hoe. Bye. Okay, now I gotta end this shit. Boop-a-doo. Chat, genuinely, I do love you guys. Talk to you next week. See you where I see you next. Either YouTube chat or Twitch chat.